Okay, so this is the second video that I've done to do with SOHCAHTOA and finding sides. Now the reason why I'm doing the second one is because the previous one was sort of the starter, I guess. So one, being able to label the triangles, and two, being able to find the side if it's on the numerator of the equation. This time it's going to be that we're going to be looking for the the denominator instead, okay, which is the bottom number of the fraction. So the first thing we do is still what we did before, so we need to label the triangle correctly. So the angle is here, the side opposite would be this one here. The side that has both the angles is this side here, so that's going to be your adjacent. And then lastly, this y side is opposite the right angle, so that's going to be your hypotenuse. Okay, again, so we've got a number for the adjacent and we're looking for the hypotenuse. We don't have anything on the O, so we're going to cross that out because it obviously means we don't need it. So if we look at our formulas here, the only one that has an A and a H in it is the cos one. So from last time, if you can't remember, the formula is cos x equals the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse, okay, and it's just the letters here, CAH, CAH. Okay, so next bit we're going to put the numbers in. So x is the angle, which is 30. Cos 30 equals the adjacent we know is 15. And the hypotenuse we don't know, we've just called it y for now. Okay, now the problem with this is how we were doing it before, we just times by the denominator and it gave us the answer. Okay, we are still going to multiply by the denominator, but it won't give us the answer straight away. Okay, so I'm going to times by y because I don't want there to be a fraction anymore. So y times cos of 30 is equal to 15. Now we can't actually work this out because we don't know what y is. That's the whole point. We're trying to work out what y is. So we've got to leave it like that, but we have now got rid of the fraction, which is a really good start. Now the problem is we want y to be on its own. I'm actually going to do it over here. Okay, and the only way to do that is to somehow get rid of this cos of 30. Now at the moment these two are both multiplied together, so the opposite of multiplying is to divide it. So we need to divide cos 30 to both sides. Okay, so we're going to do 15 divided by cos of 30. And then we'll type in the calculator and see what it gives us. So 15 divided by cos of 30. Okay, it gives us a third, so to change that we're just going to click SD. And it gives us 17.3 centimetres. Okay, so it's not any harder, it's just a little bit extra step here. Okay, but you do them all the same way anyway. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, so again we've got another triangle. Step one is that we're going to label it. So there's the angle, this means it's the opposite. X must be the adjacent because it's got the two angles. And the opposite side here to the right angle must be the hypotenuse. Okay, again, we look at which sides we want. So we've got a number on the opposite side, which is good. And we've got the x, which is what we're looking for, on the adjacent. There's nothing on the hypotenuse, so we cross it out. So we'll quickly write this just to remind you. Okay, so you need to see which one you need. So the one that has an O and a H in it is going to be the tan one. Okay, and then we can put the numbers in. So this x here represents the angles, which is 45. O is 12. And A we've just called x for now. Okay, again, we don't want this fraction anymore, so we divide by the denominator, so we divide by x on both, sorry, multiply by x on both sides. Okay, so this side now becomes just 12 because we've multiplied by x. This we can't simplify. As some people do ask, oh, can we work out what tan of 45 is? Now actually tan 45 is a nice number. But generally no, just leave it until the end, because what happens is people do it and they only write maybe one decimal place, but actually in real life it might have 20 decimal places, so you lose a lot of accuracy, so just sort of leave it as it is. And then we just want x, so we divide by tan of 45 because that's the bit we don't want on the left hand side. So in a calculator we type in 12 divided by tan 45. Okay, so we've got 12 divided by tan 45. Nice answer, 12. And that's all you have to do. Okay, so just make sure 1, label, 2, work out which formula you need, and 3, work it out. Good.